All right, guys, I have two students here with me today named Jake, who's a junior here at UNC Charlotte, and then I have a senior named Caitlin. They're both siblings who both go to UNC Charlotte. One's in business and the other one is in psychiatry. And we're here to talk about time management and also talk about how they manage their time as students and also as working students. So what kind of academic consequences have you experienced since working and going to school?
One of mine is, so instead of going to UNC Wilmington, I decided to come to Charlotte my freshman year because I worked close to home. And being close to home, I had to stay, being able to drive on the weekends back and forth.
Right.
So because of that, I would say instead of having consequences, my academics flourished.
Right.
Rather than having issues with my academics. However, I feel like personally, not relating to work, I need to put more time into my academics in order to have better grades.
Right. Do you say it's harder? Do you think it's harder to manage your time and going to school at the same time right now?
Yes, I would say so. Just because I have so much stuff going on outside of work, school, just a bunch of social activities, so it's hard to be able to be pretty much two places at once.
I see. Can I make a kid? All right, Caitlin. So, what kind of academic consequences have you experienced since working and going to school?
So, since working and going to school, at first, my first year of college, I did get a job, and I did have a little setback with academics, but since then, I've better learned to time manage both school and work and involvement outside of that as well.
Okay, perfect. What would you say the most hardest thing is to be doing school and going to work at the same time? What do you say is the most hardest part?
I would say just knowing your priorities with your homework and studying for exams, because often you could put that back and focus more on your work because that is your source of income. But at the end of the day, just getting your priorities in line.
Okay, perfect.
One of my favorite things to do is, I remember I have things to do, is put a reminder in my phone. So, because I have a really bad problem with being on my phone. So when I have a reminder, I'm like, oh, I've got to go do this by a certain time. So throughout the day, I get 5 or 6 reminders just telling me of what I need to do for the day. So that's pretty much the way I balance it and being able to make sure I get my stuff done on time. I think my sister Caitlin has much better ways of managing her time. I need to learn from her. So, yes.
Okay. All right. Do you feel accomplished at the end of the day at the end of every day of what you've worked on? Sorry, hold on. Have you feel accomplished at the end of every day with the work you have done?
I would say overall, yes. Normally when I go to bed at night, I kind of do an overview in my brain of what I did during the day. Sometimes I feel really accomplished. Sometimes I feel like I've done nothing. But I would say for the most part, I do feel accomplished. So I try to be as busy as possible, always.
Right.
So.
I see.
Yeah.